Are you ready for GMO babies? Are you ready for GMO babies? It's a serious question, and I'm not being sarcastic because there is a push on now to create genetically modified organisms who happen to be human babies. I'm not a huge one for passing more laws, but I do think there's some laws we need. I think we absolutely need no genetic altering of babies. And I understand how this is being pitched. We're going to talk about how it's being pitched. It's always pitched this way. We need to have no selling of babies or embryos. And right now, you can purchase babies and you can purchase embryos. You're taking precious life and making it something you can buy. God never intended such a thing, for he counted every hair on our head. He knit us together in our mother's womb, and he counts human beings as his masterpieces. And on a slightly related topic, we need to make sure that anything created by AI is labeled as AI, and any interaction you're having with an AI is labeled as it is an AI, it is not human, it can never be thought to be human. Now, on the topic of GMO babies, it's going to come across, and they're going to do the angel of light thing. Elon Musk, I think he thinks he's doing the right thing, as he's created Optimus, which is a series of robotic surgeons. And I don't think Elon Musk means us ill with this. I just don't think Elon Musk knows exactly what he's doing in regard to the eternal values.
So imagine a world where everyone has access to the best surgeons, literally everyone. And Optimus will have a level of precision that is frankly superhuman, and will be able to do medical procedures, of very sophisticated medical procedures, any medical procedure, perhaps things that really humans can't even do because they're too difficult.
So this is an attempt to solve pain. It's an attempt to help humanity. And I know that Elon Musk believes this. And I can see that robotic surgery is just an extension of robotic arms. I had a robotic arm do my recent injection, in fact, aid in an injection when I had my stem cells done in Mexico. Because I go to Mexico to do that, because it may sound like I'm against technology and healthcare. I'm not. The reason I go to Renew Healthcare in Mexico is because the United States, I can't get decent stem cells. Because in the United States, the stem cells come from whoever, and they've been frozen for however long, and they've been shipped around and bounced around, and some of them are necrotic, meaning dead. What percentage? Don't know. Maybe the people got injected with stuff I don't want in my body. Maybe they didn't. In Mexico, at Renew Healthcare, the stem cells they use come from women they know. It comes from placentas and umbilical cords that they walk 5 minutes, if that, into their world-class lab after they meet with the women. And they pay for their pregnancies. They monitor the health of the babies and the women throughout the pregnancies. And then Renew rejects 90% sometimes of the stem cells they receive. They culture the rest, and it's the very, very best. That's how they can do things as diverse as helping to double the lifespan of someone with Lou Gehrig's disease. Or, in my case, restore my back so it doesn't click when I do a simple little deadlift. Go to Renew, RENUE.healthcare. That's Renew, RENUE.healthcare. See, it's high tech. I'm not against high tech in medicine and healthcare. In fact, I favor it, but I favor it responsibly. 4 in 5 Americans are concerned about Silicon Valley's unregulated embryo screening scheme. This is a poll put together. It's according to the results of November 2025 Future of the Family Survey. 4 out of 5 of the 1,100 18 to 45-year-olds polled had at least a little concern about genetic screening of embryos. And they should. Because when you genetically screen, you're going to genetically reject or fix. So Sam Altman and the person he calls his husband have decided to invest $30 million in a company called Preventative. And they're just going to prevent diseases. But it's interesting because they're deciding to locate offshore. See, I go to Mexico for healthcare. I go there to get my stem cells because they can do things down there they're not allowed to do in the United States because big pharma, etc. Well, in countries like Dubai or Qatar, it's not illegal to edit the human genes. And it seems clear to me this is what they intend to do, because one of the beliefs in Silicon Valley is they're the ones who can perfect humanity. There's no problem too big for them. After all, they're effectively gods on earth. Look at what they have created. Well, they didn't create anything. They rearranged molecules and used math that just simply expresses God's design, but that's not how they see it. Oh, and by the way, this has been done before. Oh, the editing of genes in embryos? Yeah, yeah. There's a study, Zuccaro et al., 2020. This comes from Courageous Discourse. And they attempted to fix a single mutation in a human embryo using the CRISPR-9 or CRISPR-Cas9 technology. And it was just, all it was a little frame shift. And it was a mutation in the that caused a mutation in retinal degeneration. That's it. That's all. Just one gene. So they did it. Here's what happened. Entire chromosomes were lost. Whole chromosomal arms vanished. Cells within the same embryo became genetically different. That's called a mosaic. Some cells had intact DNA. Others were catastrophically damaged. The embryo fractured into incompatible genetic lineages. In other words, it died and became a clump of cells, a literal clump of cells. This cannot be allowed. It should not continue. And we do not want to see anything like GMO babies. God forbid.